Hello, Ebenezer family. It's time for our weekly devotion and announcements. And today I'm just going to read one verse. And this is something I read last time we were together. And Luke chapter 2, verse 21. And this is right after Jesus has been born. And verse 21 says, "On the eighth day, when it was time to circumcise the child, he was named Jesus, the name the angel had given him before he was conceived." And in that one verse, we see some things. First of all, we see Mary and Joseph being faithful to the law, the Jewish laws and customs outlined in Leviticus. They took the baby to be circumcised, and at that point, that's when they named him. And think back uh, earlier in the chapter of Luke and in Matthew, when the angel appeared to Mary and the angel appeared to Joseph, the angel told them both, "You're going to have this son, and his name is Jesus." So uh, this is not only naming the child, but it's also them being obedient to God, and it's the fulfilling of a prophecy. And what's important about that? Jesus had to be named Jesus. Mary and Joseph were of free will. They decided they were going to be obedient to God and name their son Jesus. Um, but they could have named him anything. I mean, you think back to Zachariah and Elizabeth. They were told to name their son John, and they could have named him. In fact, the pressure was on them to name them after Zachariah, but they were obedient as well. And they said, no, his name is John. Well, uh, this is just one of the events in the timeline for this particular part of the story of Jesus. And when I say story, I'm talking about a nonfiction story, a true story. So keep that in mind. And there's more to come after this. Uh, when Jesus is presented to be, and the time of purification comes, that comes a little bit later in the story. But Jesus, yes, we're celebrating his birth, and today is Monday, and Wednesday is the day we celebrate Christmas. And I do pray that you celebrate in a great way. I pray that you experience Jesus in a great way, not only that day, but every single day of your life. So let's celebrate. We should be celebrating like the shepherds did when they saw Jesus. All right, with that all said, um, just a few announcements today. First of all, coming up on the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, we have our Christmas Eve service, and we are doing that at noon and at 6:30. It'll be the same service, but it gives you a little bit of an option on when to come and celebrate with us. And we hope many of you can. And if you need a ride that day for either service, please let the office know so that we can make arrangements. January 5th is going to be a busy day for us. We have our service, but it's also our time of meet and greet. And we'll have a little bit of time before the service and a little bit of time after the service. We'll have some beverages and pastries of some kind. And it's just a time to get to know each other a little bit better, to fellowship with each other, and have a good time. If you want to meet some of the church leadership, by all means, it's a great opportunity to do that as well. So that's going on in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we have our church Christmas party out at Rose Grove. And the doors open at 3. The meal will start about 3:30. And we ask that you sign up in the fellowship, or excuse me, the information center over off the sanctuary. And there's directions there. We ask that you bring if you are a couple or a single person, bring a dish. And if you are married with a family, please bring 2 dishes. And that's so that we can all have plenty of food to eat. There's always plenty of food there. So uh, it's just a way for us to be celebrating the season as well as a church. January 10th, this is something I don't think we've announced yet. At 6 p.m., we are having a financial class in the fellowship hall. And this will be just an idea of how to uh, be strategic about your finances. And God's desire is for us to be good stewards of what He blessed us with. And this is one way to educate ourselves. If you have any questions, please ask Pastor Josh or myself, and we'll try to our best to answer them on that. And on the 19th of January, we have our congregational meeting, and we're doing it a little differently this time. We're going to have that on Sunday after service. We'll have a light lunch, and you're invited to join us for lunch, and then we're going to move right into the meeting. And it's not only to let you know what has been going on at the church and the decisions the board has been making, but also there'll be some planning for the future of Ebenezer that we want you to be involved with. So that's going on. As a reminder that we have a bus route on Sunday mornings to get anybody to and from church that needs to. We ask that you call the office before 12 noon on Friday and let us know you need a ride so we can make sure our bus driver knows. And also, if you're looking for an opportunity to serve, there's plenty of opportunities. Um, you can serve on the worship team or the clean team or the nursery team or the welcome team, the missions team. There's so many different opportunities. And all you got to do is ask. And we will help you find where you fit in here at Ebenezer to serve our gracious and our King, our Lord Jesus Christ. So that's all the announcements, and it's 2 days before Christmas. I know there's a lot of excitement in the air, so I just have an incredible Christmas time. Celebrate the birth of our Christ. Celebrate by reading the story out of the Bible with your families in Matthew and Luke, and just celebrate life with Jesus. Till next time, y'all have a great day.